But I'm not mentioning it no more. For now on,
you see this print.
For now on, we
I like how we both just.
Huh?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. We are in the film. Are we back?
Oh yes, we are. It's recorded.
it's BTS.
Hey, we're back with another episode. Same episode, but another episode.
You gotta say our names.
We gotta introduce us every time.
So, I am Rashad.
I'm Ashia.
I'm Moriae.
I'm Taneya. I'm 26 and I'm a Pisces.
She had to make sure she mentioned all
I
that.
cannot with her. I feel like well, they're all 26. We can just gonna throw it out there. I'm 25.
Like 2 months away?
Yeah, but it ain't come yet. I'm 25 and I'm a Sag.
What you proud?
2 hours later.
I'm a hot tip about me.
Alright, so while they sitting here doing that, we're gonna jump into this next topic. So
Next time, just anytime.
whatever, man.
Oh,
If you watched the first video,
You would know.
you would know this is the next topic.
The next topic. So the next topic is toxic relationships. Before I even ask the specific question, I am curious as to what's everyone's experience with a toxic relationship at the table, or have you seen one?
Cute little story time right here.
Story time.
It's a lot of story time. Go ahead, Rashad.
Oh, I gotta go first.
No, you was ready.
Okay.
We could do the most toxic person at the table.
Who would that be? Who the fuck would that be? Let me
The
know.
fact I didn't say no names though. I just said the most toxic person at the table. You put the shoes on, you would.
I would say my most toxic relationship was when I moved to Rhode Island for a guy that was cheating on me the whole time. Yeah, don't ever move to another state for a person. And if you do, make sure you got your own stuff. Like, everything's situated. So, if stuff don't work out, you can, do whatever. I was young and dumb, I kind of wanted to get out of Maryland. So I'm looking at it as a benefit. Mind you, there's a lot of red flags that already was happening before then. But I was so focused on getting out of Maryland that I wasn't looking at the bigger picture. And then, at the same time, that's why I don't really believe in long distance relationships. So, because, we lived in 2 different states. So, I didn't really know him, know him. I knew him. We talked every day. But, it's difference between knowing somebody, or what they trying to, throw at you versus knowing them in real life. It was, a whole different story once I moved up there. And, it was a bunch of red flags, our sex life, trash. And but other than that person seemed okay. But that was one major red flag. Don't ever had they was terrible at everything.
Terrible at everything.
Damn.
You be toxic with weak dick. You supposed to have dick that get toxic.
Yeah. Toxic and weak, that don't make sense.
Right.
They couldn't do nothing. It was trash. It was just throw the whole body away.
Dang.
But anyways, I moved up there, and it was a short period of time. I moved up there, and they promised me we had our house established and a car. I mean, not car. I'm sorry, job. Get up there, don't have neither one. So get up there, all my stuff in my car, mind you, and they're oh hey, we don't have that house. Then mind you, when I was up there, we supposed to have. They showed me the house. We took a tour of the house and everything. To living in a motel with all your shit in a motel / your car, cause you ain't got nowhere to go and you just up there and you didn't quit your job and I had a decent job at the time. I quit it and then just up there and by myself, no family, no friends. It was a little, terrible, but I played a part too, I guess.
Yeah.
So Taneya.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you were going to lie. I thought she was next. Anyway, well, first of all, I don't know these niggas, so I've never actually been in a toxic relationship. However, I've been in toxic situations with these little boys.
Situationships.
I don't even know if it was a situationship. I was just another one on the list. So, we're going to take it back to my younger days, my adolescent days. I would say I was just in high school, whatever. So I had a crush on this person, and I think I actually got to know him through Moriae kind of, because Moriae actually knew him.
Maybe
I shouldn't listen to him.
I don't think you listened to me. You call him Joan.
This is the thing. So this is how it went down. Long story short, this person had like, I had classes with the person and I always thought it was cute, but I never said anything to the person. So I asked Moriae what his name was. Moriae said what his name was and whatever. So this person ended up having like, we went to prom and I was dancing and the person happened to get me like in the video. So I found that as a way to like, you know, ease our way in and whatever. So we was talking, we was all cool, we all became friends. Like it was me, him, and an ex-friend of mine and whatever. All four of us was like becoming friends, getting to know each other, but he took it to another level. One time me and him was texting and he mentioned that he wanted, like, I was one of the girls, he wanted to like, you know,
let me get them
snatch up, yeah, or whatever. And so I was like, okay, so I'm thinking like, well, you know, I had a crush on you, I guess I'll just go ahead and say blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking like, you know, okay, so maybe I'm about to have, you know, a little boyfriend, whatever, this about to be cool. No, I was just another hoe on the list. Like, this nigga, first of all, it was one girl that he's in a relationship with. We all knew he's in a relationship with, but they was off and on so many times. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't give a fuck. Like, because he made it seem
Ooh, don't get caught on candy camera singing. Yeah, breaking a girl code. No, you won't. Not
that wasn't my friend. But but like
what Moriae say? What Moriae?
It wasn't a happy home if I was able to break it.
Period.
But like they was off and on. So I thought they was just off at the time. And like I said, I liked them, so I didn't care. Like, bitch, move, yeah, your turn. It's my turn. But so I told him something about myself and he used what I told him to try to take advantage of me. Mm-hmm. And for like he made me feel less than who I was. Like that was the only thing I was good for. It was the only thing I was worth. Like, and I'm just like, you know, like I didn't like that feeling. And then other girls would come into the picture and I'm like, no, why you like, no, get them hoes out. Like, you mine. Like, I've been trying to work with you. Like, no, get them out. And I knew the people. I knew who they were. Like, it was other girls, including myself. But like I said, I was only worried about me. That's why I be trying to tell people, worry about yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Worry about you. I was only worried about
what?
I was only worried about me. Fuck them. So it made the best bitch win. However, eventually, I give it to my ex-friend. I was going to do something that I probably will regret to this day. Like, if I would have went forward with it, I would have regretted it. That probably would have mentally fucked me up.
It's her turn.
Alright, so I feel like just listening to Rashad and Taneya, the common theme here is just that like we're ignoring red flags. Cause I was thinking back to like my whole toxic situation. Like I had dated a coworker and he was showing mad signs from the jump, but like I just kept ignoring it because it was like, I don't know, I think in my head I was painting a picture of like what we could be. Mm-hmm. And so I was just trying to stay on that path of like, oh yeah, it could be this little romantic story of how these two people went to the same high school, never talked, years later ended up at the same job, fell in love, lived happily ever after. But that wasn't the story. It took its turns, there was a lot of cheating, there was a lot of lying. And then even after like the relationship came to like an end and we tried this friendship thing, but I feel like that was like a scapegoat to like me still being with you without technically saying it, if that make any sense. Which I feel like became even more toxic. And I don't know, like in that particular relationship, I felt like it helped me grow like much later, but while going through it, it felt like crap. I started to like feel insecure about myself. I think my trust issues like went flying through the window. And I don't know, like I felt like I was in a dark place for real. So I wish, a part of me felt like I wish I didn't have to go through that whole little situation, or at least it didn't drag out as long as it did. Mm-hmm. But I learned a lot from it, so it is what it is. I had to show the story in a tube.
There's some very, I always have those moments a lot too though, like where it's like, oh, I wish this didn't happen, I wish that didn't happen. But if those things never happened, I wouldn't know what I know now, and I also wouldn't be moving how I'm moving now.
Pretty.
So that's also one thing to take into consideration as well. But I really don't have too much of a toxic story because apparently I'm the toxic person, so I can't really help you guys too much. I don't know. I don't think I'm toxic.
No,
so.
you wasn't. If you was toxic, no, you wasn't that by yourself.
Well, let's shout out to me for being a little bit toxic. I go through phones. Yes, I believe in it. I think it's dumb when people say, don't go through my phone if you don't want to find anything. That's the stupidest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. Granted, I understand what they mean. Maybe it's just the wording for me. I'm being a little tricky about it just because I'm feeling what I'm feeling. But it's dumb because if it's like, I shouldn't find anything, whether or not I'm going looking for something or not. But what they mean by that is like, well, if you're going in there with the intention to find something, you're going to look at anything and see it in that light. So, I mean, I get it. Yes.
Who at this table is like all for going, like if you will go through your partner's phone, you think that's fine, like raise your hand. If you don't, keep your hand down.
I think it's, okay, so.
No.
Let me say this. Before I ain't gonna double it, I will say this. I do it, but I will say this. I have not done it. I've stopped doing it, but I do think it's okay. I think it's okay, but I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
So do you think you are the toxic? So do you believe you're the toxic one in the relationship?
I think we both toxic is the thing.
But do you think you're more toxic than the other person? Do you think that most of the time you're the one
Well,
who actually start things? I'm not even trying to pick with you. I'm asking you.
I'm starting to think some things. Yeah, some things it do low key be me. Some things it do low key be me. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta take my responsibility. It do be me. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes I just don't be making stuff worse at the same time. It just be this hot blood, but at the same time, it's because I also feel like, you know, they say like when you hold things down, when you don't talk about things, it all comes out spilling at once. So it's a little hard to control yourself too, especially in the heat of the moment, whether you're in the right or the wrong. So it don't be helping me a lot of the times, but I definitely am not. To answer your question, no, I'm not toxic alone, but I do be a little toxic. And even when I'm hearing stuff that's like, from like y'all, it could not even be a situation with me, but it's a situation I'm hearing about somebody else. I'm like, oh no, that's fine, and then I'm like, oh no, that's toxic. And that's the thing. Well, I ain't gonna tell y'all that I just probably did that shit last week, but okay. So that's what I mean by it's like, okay, so I'm starting to see a lot of things are toxic, but now I'm not toxic alone.
But I feel like to a degree, I'm not gonna say there's nothing wrong with going through your significant other's phone, but like, let's not act like phones ain't a big role in our lives today. Like, people can't live without social media or their phones for probably maybe an hour. A lot of people start getting anxious. Recently, Facebook and Instagram went down. Everybody almost had a heart attack. Like, it was crazy. People can't live without their phones. And since your significant other is supposed to play a big part in your life, and your phone play a big part in your life, it's like, okay, I can see the connection to a degree. And for example, I was telling y'all about the person that I moved for. If I never went through that person's phone, I would have never found out that he was talking to people throughout our whole relationship. And the reason why I did that, because I don't just necessarily be like, all right, I'm about to just go through this person's phone because. No.
It be God sending you a sign.
They gave me reasons. They was being real like uptight about their phone, like being real like possessive. And I got this thing where as though like I will not be in a relationship with somebody if I don't know the passcode to your phone.
Wow.
That's even a little excessive for me. Wow. That's even a little excessive for me.
I'm not saying I'm gonna go through it, but like if we don't have the comfort,
it's a certain trust level, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like if you don't trust me to have it, then it's like it's supposed to be a whole trust thing.
So let me piggyback off what you're saying. It ain't gonna take long. So to play devil's advocate, because you know I'm on the same side of the phone, so you know I'm with you on there. But to play devil's advocate, because this is what I've been told from the other side, it's just like, okay, it's not about what's in my phone or what's not in my phone. It's the fact that you don't trust me enough to ask me or have the conversation with me first, and then you're invading my privacy. Granted, if we have a certain trust level, it's what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. So if we have that trust level, it shouldn't be nothing there. But it shows me that you don't trust me enough. The fact that you're going through my phone, it shows me that you've already broken our trust because you don't trust me enough to have that conversation. No. To play as devil advocate, again, I still do co-sign for the going through the phones thing, but I'm not saying it's not wrong. It's very much wrong. but it's very much effective as well at the same time. I'm just saying.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's wrong to a degree if somebody give you reasonable proof to go through their phone.